Shalom, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, the honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, bishops as well of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, salutations, and blessings to the elect, pushing the word across the four corners of the earth. And just watching this video, this guy spill his heart to Vocab Malone, and I was an Israelite in the cult, but I left. It's nothing new. And there are a few parables about it too. Just for you Israelites who are doing this stuff for attention, because this guy actually flipped to a Christian, which you went completely backwards. But once you enter into this labor and you begin to labor for the Lord, the scriptures say what? He that turneth back from the plow is not fit for the kingdom. So you can run on these shows and get a little 15 minutes of fame, 1,000 views, 2,000 views, but my man, you just went backwards. I was disappointed when I listened to it, but at the same time, that's what happens, man. You have a lot of people waking up to this knowledge, waking up to the fact that they're an Israelite, which is not a cult to be an Israelite. That's just your nationality. All right, and this is something that was prophesied to happen. See, when you jump away into Christianity doesn't deal with prophecy. They don't deal with the return of the Messiah either. They call us, are they messianic? They're messianic. When the scriptures prophesy that the Lord will return, they show, and all eyes are going to see him. What does that mean? All right, that man on the white horse, like I say, with a bow and arrow in his hand in Revelation, that represents the Yahushua coming with the chariot. All right, and many more. It's many more. He said, I will not meet thee as a man. Does it say from the they shall see him from the east, from the west, they shall see him from the east. Like, what do all these things mean when you read them? But the scriptures say the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A lot of Israelites don't know what they're involved in. And, a lot of this goes on you false teachers and false prophets in Israel. Because number one, you don't screen these people. You don't prove these men. Scriptures say prove a friend. And number two, you got women all in your congregation, so it's messy. The woman's trying to usurp authority and do all kind of slick shit, coming in there on their period and all kind of other shit. And then you guys, first and foremost, are teaching false doctrine. All right, but I want to get into some prophecy, man. I'm gonna close out. Jake is simple as fuck and lost. And you in order for you to be found, you have to want to be found, man. This is Baruch 4:32. Miserable are the cities which your children served. Miserable is she that received your sons. For as she rejoiced at your ruin and was glad of your fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. And that's what's coming. That's what all the scriptures turn to. The destruction of the sons of the wicked and the destruction of Babylon, man, of mystery Babylon, of this place. For she rejoiced. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. And that's what you're seeing right now. Pride, rejoicing. It's warm, everybody outside, everybody at the beach, marriages, going to the chapel, all that good shit. All right, people are prideful. You got all these global events going on. Everybody else in all these other countries, they fighting tooth and nail. They trying to get the fuck out of Dodge. And Americans, they're so blind and so funneled in because of your paymasters and because of the bread and circuses and shit on, watching sports and shit, not even paying attention to what the fuck going on. For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure. And she shall be, and this is something that has been prophesied from the beginning, that this place will burn. And she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time. The scriptures talk about that. The satyrs, the owls, the dragons, different birds. O Jerusalem, look about you towards the east, and behold the joy that comes to you from the Most High. Behold, your sons come, whom you sent away. They come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of the Most High. And the Lord is gathering us together, man. That's what's going on right now, the gathering. And which is another thing you Christians can't break down, Ezekiel 37. Eschatology, man, it doesn't break anything down. You guys have to break some prophecy down. And I wish I said it. I come not to do away with the prophets. He didn't come to do away with the prophets. Paul didn't come to do away with the prophets. John, nobody in the New Testament came to do away with the prophets. They came to fulfill. All right, these guys think that they can run, because you run to some white people and they put a microphone in front of you. You do a podcast with them. A fool. This guy wasn't grounded. He didn't know what he was a part of. All right, but that just goes to show you, when the Lord takes that spirit, which I don't even know if the spirit was ever on him, but I'm assuming so. But these camps are so wayward and so off, it'd be like, man, but at the same time, if you're of the elect, you're going to come to the full truth, but regardless of what camp you're in. You might not start in Great Millstone. You might start in a whole different camp and just be listening and let me see what they're talking about. I always see these guys outside. Hey, I started off in a different camp than Great Millstone. I started learning from Great Millstone, but I started in a different camp. And then the Lord eventually led us back to Great Millstone. Let me say it like that. But some people's walk, they're going to start with it. They might start somewhere else. All right, but if I was starting somewhere else, I would at least listen and consider what's being said, and be diligent in understanding the word, and have my own faith in my own works. Because at the end of the day, it was a 2 Ezra 9, by our faith and by our works were saved. See, you can't be somewhere and then, well, this guy's famous and he's a good speaker, so I know I'm gonna be saved, and I know that's not how it works. You have to have your own works, your own faith. But if you have a false doctrine, you don't necessarily need to have works because you're gonna preach falsely anyway. So it corrects itself. All right, this is Matthew 13 and 18. Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one and casteth away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which received seed by the wayside. Niggas gotta go, man. Niggas gotta go. Anyway, just niggas gotta go, man. What they call it, black fatigue. This place give you black and Latino fatigue. You just get tired of seeing niggas in spics. Like, goddamn. All right, let me read that again. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which received the seed by the wayside. All right, so you hear the word and you don't understand, and that happens too. You don't understand what you're a part of. Then cometh the wicked one. Satan comes, Satan desires to sift your ass, and you get sifted. But he that received the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it. Yet hath he not root in himself, but dureth for a while. He endures for a while. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended. So as situations happen, guy's not rooted in the basics. He doesn't understand that, hey, the scriptures say what? When you come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. All right? So spiritual forces are going to try you. It don't matter how much weight you can lift, how fast you can run, how much money you got, what you think, that you think you the shit, how handsome you are, how many women you can get with, how fast of a talker you are, how slick you are, it don't matter. I'm a hustler, all this shit. If you're not rooted, when the tribulation comes, it says, for when tribulation or persecution arises because of the word, by and by he is offended. So you become offended. All right. He also that receives seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word. And you can't be offended, man. Yahweh Shah said, blessed is he that is not offended in me. You're going to deal with situations, man. It said, when offenses shall come, woe to who they come by. So, offenses are going to come. Especially now. This is the time where they really plan to persecute us, and they're forming these narratives, and you blacks, man, we're just so tired of you killing us, and oh my God. And, these bullshit statistics and, IQ, and our IQ is so high, and these people are just so terrible. The fuck out of here, man. Miserable in your cities. You guys shot yourself. You just look at this kingdom, man. Esau shoots themselves in the foot so many times, trying to move ass backwards, trying to exalt women, millions of dollars to that, trying to exalt LGBT, GT, millions of dollars to that, probably billions of dollars to that. They shoot themselves in the foot, man. The spirit of Egypt is erring. Everything they do, they're failing at. It says, yeah, you guys tried to use hip-hop, weaponize the music, and push death culture. And that shit works on niggas, but on the elect, we're not enchanted by it. Now your kids are into that. Now your daughter's into thought culture and, the bop house and all this shit. That, Edomites used to laugh at the, Lil' Kim and all. Oh my gosh, this is so animal, Now your daughters are moving like that. Hoeing. You guys shot yourself in the fucking foot. You guys had the juice, you had all the power, and you fucked it up. And you know it. Don't try to rewrite the story now. You just want a reason to persecute us. All right, verse 22, he also that receives seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world and deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he become unfruitful. And that's the thing, man. You have to remain fruitful. That's what happens to a lot of Israelites. They get I've seen that. They get a job in a certain position, or maybe they came in and, they were in like a financial, the Lord put you, in certain situations, for your faith to be tested. And then, finally after that, you come up, because it happens like that. It's a balance, man. The Lord will put you through that and then balance it out. But you have to make sure that you're balancing, when you do that, and remain fruitful. It said, but he that received seed into the good ground is he that heareth the word and understandeth it, which also beareth fruit and bringeth forth some 100-fold, some 60, some 30. All right, that's what that is, man. We want to be found as that good seed on good ground. All right, and this isn't the first thing that happened. In the scriptures, people go back into the world. All right, 2 Timothy 4:4. And 7, you got to finish your fight, man. You got to finish your course. You have to apply wisdom. You got to deal with situations, apply justice, temperance, prudence, fortitude. Somebody who's a false prophet, you might have to move around. You might have to teach by yourself. All right, you might have to listen to, for you guys in the other groups and stuff, you might have to listen to another camp. And the scriptures say the trial of man is in his reasoning. You might have to sit here and listen to the apostles, the elders, the bishops, or some of the men of Great Millstone. Say, let me make an assessment. But a lot of guys jump in and just zombie mode, whatever he says. 2 Timothy 4:7. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. You have to do all these things. This is a spiritual fight, man. You got to box. All right, Satan is not going to play fair. You got to know that, man. You gotta be armored up. Once you begin you understand you're an Israelite, you got to put on the whole armor. Because if it's any weak spots, any gaps, they say the fiery darts, them little darts, man. Like people play darts and shit. Like, yeah, if you cold at that, just imagine. You're not paying attention. Them little darts will kill you. And they say fiery darts too. Now you got a chink in your armor. Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing. Do thy diligence to come shortly unto me. All right, so you have to do your due diligence. You can't just quit and, man, I quit. That's not how it works. You're an Israelite. You know all these basic things. You have to continue on. And that's where certain leaders are held accountable too. Because you can't just put a man in the camp just because he smiles at you, he knows how to dress, or, he laughed at your jokes, or he likes some of the things you like, or whatever the fuck. No. That's not how that works. You thirsty for a friend, man. You have to prove a man. See what he's about. See if he's really diligent. See if he knows the basics. See if he's able to complete assignments. Because the key word in disciple is discipline. You have too many guys who come into Israel and they want to just continue in how they want to do shit and then not implement what the Lord said. You never became a new man, a new creature. You still the same old man with a little Bible twist to it. But when you get into the foundation, you know, the stuff you say, the stuff you do, you're doing the same shit. You moving like the same nigga in the world. All right, it says, for Demas had forsaken me, and having loved this present world, and is departed unto Thessalonica, Crescens to Galatia, Titus unto Dalmatia. So you had men who departed from Paul. They left. Only Luke is with me. Take Mark. That's where you get the books of Mark and Luke. Other words it said, other places says Marcus and Lucas. I think it's in Philemon. But only Luke is with me. Take Mark and bring him with thee, for he is profitable to me for the ministry. And Tychicus have I sent to Ephesus. And then he goes on and lists, you know, certain men who are with him. You know, you go to Romans 16, certain other people are mentioned too. Now these people, salute this person, salute to that person. And see, that's what we want to be. I believe that's Sirach, I want to say 22. He said, the remembrance of this person is like a sweet smell. You know? That's the name that you want in the end, man. That's what this is about, man. Your name in the kingdom of heaven are forever. You don't want to have, you know, every man gonna slip because the scriptures say so. Damn. Salaki, I slipped right there. Every man gonna slip because the scriptures say so. But you got to get up, keep going, and augment, you know, whatever your weakness is, and hone in. All right, that's what this is about, man. This is a fight, and we're soldiers set out to continue and endure to the end. And the elect is going to do so. The elect is going to do so as it is written. So I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. But Lord willing, this is edifying. Salute to all soldiers. You know, stay ready, stay prepared. Stay on your watch. Shalom.